Hi, and thank you for being here with me today. We are talking about protective factors. We are still in our protective factors series. If you did not watch the first two videos, basically protective factors are things that we put in place in our life so that we can be a more resilient person when things get difficult. So, for example, we talked about having a strong support system. We talked about having strong coping skills or healthy coping skills. We talked about working on our physical health. And for today, we're talking about our sense of purpose in life. So if you didn't watch the original videos, I really encourage you to go and watch the first two because in those videos we rated ourselves for each category. So in today's video, if you rated yourself weak for the sense of purpose in life, you're watching this video because we're going to talk about how to take that weak category to a strong category. Do we feel like we have a meaning in either our work, personal life, or roles that we're in? Do we understand our personal values and are we living in alignment with them? So if you're here, it's because you said no to at least one of those, if not both of those. So what we want to talk about is how do we create purpose in our life? Now, some people will say purpose to them is being a parent, being a grandparent. You know that there are people that rely on you. There are things that need to get done. You have a purpose. Some people might find their purpose in their work, in their job. If you are feeling like you have no purpose because maybe you have no connection with people, you're not a parent, you're not a sibling, you just maybe you don't have a lot of family in your life and maybe you don't have a lot of friends and you're not feeling like you have a lot of fulfillment out of work. Well, then I would say to you, is there any way to tweak that? Maybe we can't control our family members in our life and whether or not they're present, but we could create a positive support system. And, I've already made a video on how to increase that positive support system or what it means to do that and why it's important. But maybe you can't control the family aspect, but you can control the friends in your life. Maybe you can't feel really connected in your current job, but is it possible for you to get a job that you do feel connected in? If it's not possible to leave the job that you have, is it possible to get a part-time job or volunteer somewhere or pick up a hobby that makes you feel like you have a purpose? If you're not happy at your job, could you volunteer at a vet place or like a dog place where you can go and help walk them? Or if you really like sports, is it possible to sign up for just like a fun, I don't know, volleyball, soccer team, like something that you could do so you feel like you have things that you enjoy in your life. And when you join those other teams, you might create other friends, which then give you a sense of purpose. So basically, we're trying to create roles in our life that we feel good with or we feel like we have a purpose. And again, that could be in many different ways that people find their purpose. The other category was understanding your personal values and living in accordance with them. Now, we all have different personal values depending on our upbringing, our religion, our race, our ethnicity. Like there's so many different cultures and background things that we find important to ourselves. So I would say if you don't know your core values, spend some time sitting down and thinking about it. Like what is important to you? What are characteristics that you value and you think are of a person who is honorable or a good person, and find out if you're living in accordance with them. If you're not living in accordance with your values, it's really hard for you to feel good about yourself and bounce back. So for example, I don't know, if you don't like your job and you feel very unhappy with it, you're going to go to work every day not feeling great, and you're not going to get this sense of like, I'm doing anything great with my time. And so what we want to do is become the people that feel like, you know what, I spend my day putting value into the world or putting value into my life. I look up to the type of person that I am. So if a core value is being a loyal person, right? If you're not very loyal and you're always finding issues with your friendships, maybe it's time to work on yourself and your loyalty so that you feel like I am the type of person who is a good person. Really, at the end of the day, we have to understand who we are for us to be able to be grounded in our purpose in life. If I don't know who I am, how can I know my purpose? My purpose is attached to who I am and the type of person that I want to be and what I do, whether that's through my career, whether that's through my family, my roles in my life. So basically, what I'm getting at is let's get to know who we are, let's identify our values, let's try to live in accordance with them. And then once we know our values and we're living in accordance to them, we will be able to create roles in our life that fulfill those values. We'll sign up for some type of volunteer, we'll find a job that matches with our happiness and who we are. We will have our values, so we'll expect certain things from either family members or friends in our lives, and we'll play better roles because we know who we are. And this takes time, so I'm not saying you're going to watch this however long 5-minute video and then just go, okay, I know my purpose in life. But if you're feeling lost in what your purpose is, I would say look within, which I know is a very like therapist thing to say, but look within and identify who you are, because that'll give you answers to what you want around you as far as jobs and hobbies and friendships and dynamics in your life. Because it is such a big task to take on, I would say if you need help, please contact a life coach, a therapist, somebody that you trust, so that you can go through and process some of this together, because it is a lot to think about, like, who do I want to be? Who are my values? What is my purpose and my role in life? So don't be afraid to reach out to people. I made this video short, like I said in my other videos, because people might be watching multiple videos if you rated yourself weak in multiple categories. So I don't want to ramble forever, but I do know that this is a big topic. So if you have questions, please put it below. Let's help each other out. Share your experience so that when other people are reading this, they know, like, oh, this is what other people did. And let's try to create a community that can be a safe place to talk about our purpose and create that all together. Okay, thank you for your time, and I'll see you in my next video.